Alright guys, so I'm back here with part 2 of the US Open PTQ, and I'm sticking with urethane. Urethane seems to be the play for me. I'm seeing it very well with this particular shape, and it, like, I just, I just am seeing it. It's still shaping, it's not burning up. As long as I get it down lane and everything, it will, like, make the right shape on whatever's out there, which is, the Harry Smith pattern, and obviously broken down by this particular game. Um, I did get a little lucky hit there by getting the 9 pin out, so definitely can't complain about that. And yeah, I know that if I shoot like a 680 here, or like a 680 to 720, 720 is definitely my goal. But 680 is like soft. It's like in soft at this point because the pace is really low scoring relative to the other PTQs this year. Like a 210 average was like cut at this point. So like plus 55 was cut. And the scores weren't going that drastically up. I mean, I've seen some people with like, 4 or 5 baggers here or there, but I mean, those people were pretty far back in the standings. And I don't know, like it seemed like there was not a lot of movement in the scores. And so I figured I had all the chance in the world if I could just get a big game. Just a big game one time, and maybe that'd give me some momentum going into the next game. And I'm like, I've got it this game. This is the game. I can shoot 230 and then get another good one. I just need to do this one time. And that hurt a lot because I was the first one of the 10th, and I threw it pretty good, but I knew I got a little fast with it. But man, did I pay full price for that, relatively speaking. That one right there really hurt, but nonetheless, still in it. Again, if I get a big game, then I can get there. Like 220, 220 might make it, or 230, 220 might make it. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, okay, first shot, whatever, that's fine. Not it's fine, but it's like nothing you can do there. And then make the adjustment off of it, make a great shot and strike, make the adjustment off it again, make a great shot, and doesn't tap the 10 out. That, like, it's hard to describe, like, kind of like, like, I don't even know. It just, that hit, like, sucked every single bit of life out of me because I'm like, just carry one time. The pin literally hit the head pin literally hit the 10 pin. Like, I know I could have thrown a little slower. I know there's things I could have done. But just one time hit it. Like, uh that was really like a defining shot. It really, like, I mean, obviously you can't let that get to you, but man, is that really hard to not let get to you, because that was every bit as good a shot as I could have thrown in that moment, and unfortunately, it just didn't carry. Um, but as we can see here, the next shot in the fourth frame, I threw pretty fast and left the bucket with a side piece, bucket without the 8 pin and a side piece, and then the lanes broke down a little bit. Um, Clearly, just going Brooklyn a lot, and then light, but then going 4-6-7. So the lanes broke down, and like, I know I can throw it harder and stuff, but I just didn't. Um, the play realistically was for me was to move right, throw it harder, and get it over the lane a little bit more. Um, you know, it just, yeah. I didn't read that until the very end, and I'll show you what I mean. Uh, at the end of this game here. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like, I know I'm out of it unless I shoot bills, which I don't. At that point, I knew I was, like, basically out of it. I mean, obviously, I could have, probably struck out here to get one of those spots that Brad and Sean Levy Spar got. But realistically, like, and obviously that one totally ended my run. But yeah, realistically, I mean, obviously, what killed me was my spare shooting throughout this entire event. Unfortunately, I just was really, really bad. Just again, like it's like a culmination of things, or not a culmination, but like a like, uh, I don't know what the right word is. But I mean, yeah, not my season wrapped up in a couple shots, but just pretty poor efforts on spares. I mean, I hadn't really been working that hard throughout the season. I had let a lot of like a lot of stuff get to me, and you know those kinds of things can happen, and unfortunately they did, and I never really recovered from that. Fortunately I did well at a couple tournaments and was exempt in a couple tournaments, and probably got a spot for tour trials. I don't know that for sure yet. Gonna have to wait until after the points are all tallied up after the ToC, after the regular event. But I mean, yeah, just pretty disappointing. Not very, like, very disappointing. I let a lot of stuff get to me, and I just didn't. And here's the shot I'm talking about. All I had to do was move right and throw it a little bit harder with a little bit more loft through the front part of the lane. That particular shot like showed me how far gone I was from my game. And it happens, but it is what it is, and I'll see you guys in the next video.